Hey everybody, welcome to the pastor's piano. Except it's not a piano this week, it's a guitar. I thought we'd just have a little change up for our midweek message. And we're going to start with just a little tune today that everybody knows, the kids know this. Please sing along. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Everybody sing now. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Well, I hope you enjoyed that song, and I hope you sang along with it. It's a simple song, but it just means so much. Well, I want to welcome you once again from the pastor's piano, but today it's the guitar, like I said. And I want to start with a very quick correction. Something I said in the sermon from this past Sunday that I wanted to make sure people understood what I was saying. I listened to it myself, and I believed that I may have confused some people, and I don't want to do that. I had mentioned that personal resurrection wasn't something that the folks of those days understood. Well, let me clarify that point. They didn't understand it in the sense of one person's resurrection taking on the sins of the whole world. That was something that maybe was foreign to them. The concept of people being raised from the dead, however, was something that was there. Jesus did it with Lazarus, with Jairus' daughter, and it happened in the Old Testament as well. So I wanted to clarify that point just to make sure people weren't scratching their heads when I said that. Well, we're still going through our time of difficulty with the coronavirus, and one thing that really though is happening, which is a very interesting outcome, I guess, of this virus. It's a drag for everybody. I'm starting to see on network news, on local news, and just with people around this area, our own little community of Perry and Perry Center, New York, and Warsaw, all the wonderful acts of compassion that are coming out of people who are making masks, people who are reaching out to their neighbors, delivering food and things like that. And I think we all need to remember that is God at work. Yes, it's the person at work, and we want to compliment those people. And they're doing wonderful, wonderful things. But it comes from a place of love, and it comes from a place of compassion. Now, what I want to do for us today is read a little story about a little boy that lived in Kenya. And this goes to show how love and compassion can come back to you, and what a wonderful thing it is, and how it is really all part of God's plan. So let me read this story to you. Once upon a time, maybe not so long ago, in a small village in Kenya, there lived a young boy with his stepfamily. Now, due to the scarcity of water in the village, the young boy awoke early every morning and carried his pot and headed for the stream with the aim of fetching water for himself and for his stepfamily. Now, sadly for him, he alone had this task. It was his routine every morning and evening to fetch water from a distant stream, while his step-siblings were given other much easier tasks, or even none, to complete. Yet the young boy bore no grudge to his step-family. He loved them and carried on the task diligently. Now, one day on his way back from the stream, he met an old man resting under a tree who begged for water to quench his thirst. So the young boy gave the old man some water. He met an elderly woman who begged for water, and he gave the woman water. Now, this happened almost every time as he came back from the stream, meeting people who begged for thirst. Yet he gave them, despite his stepmother's torture that she put on him for fetching half-filled pots of water that wouldn't be enough for the family. Sounded like he was in quite a fix, quite a position. Now one day, he couldn't bear the torture from his stepmom anymore, so he swore never to give anyone water. But as it would have it, on his way back that very day, he met a stranger. It's kind of a strange-looking man who begged him for water. The strange man laid by the roadside with an injury. The young boy remembered his vow never to give anyone water. But he contemplated for a moment, and filled with compassion, he couldn't help but give the stranger water. Now, when he got home, man, was his stepmom mad when she noticed the half-filled pots of water. And again she pounced on him and gave him a beating, this time much more cruel. As she was beating on the young boy, there came a loud knock at the door. To everyone's surprise, especially the young man, it was this wounded stranger, a mail deliverer. Apparently, he had come down from the town with a letter for the young boy, a letter that contained a scholarship, an additional cash gift for the young boy. And this man, this letter carrier, said that he would have died on the way if it were not for the young boy's help. You know, they say that there is love in sharing. They say that where there is love, there is life. And your everyday goodness from your hearts, your good deeds, are never in vain, because you will reap what you sow. And it is returned to you, even when you're not expecting it. Where there is love, where there is compassion, God dwells, because there is love. It's a great story. Things like that going on in the world today as well, as we listen to this story about a young man across the ocean in Africa. I'd like to say a few more words about this. The leader of the Methodist movement, one John Wesley, said this: "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, at all the times you can, in all the places you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can." Really wonderful words. Now, we all know that salvation in the next world does not come from doing good deeds. It comes from God's grace and our faith. However, we as people of faith are required, to the best of our ability, to the best of our situation, to do for others. And I think that what we see in this time of pandemic and confusion is a lot of people stepping up to the plate. And I think that is a wonderful, wonderful gift from God. And I think the more we can pass it on, the better things will get. And now a song. Hey everybody, got one last song for you today before we part. And this is a really neat tune. I actually found this song a long time ago. Hilda Spann, who was a minister here at the Perry Center Church, used to sing this one. It's kind of a folky tune, but it goes along with this idea of passing our love on to others as we get it from God. So Let's listen to it. I want to pass it on. It only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around can warm up in its glowing. It's how it is with God's love. Once you've experienced it, you spread His love to everyone. You want to pass it on. I wish for you, my friend, this happiness that I found. You can depend on Him. It matters not where you're bound. I'll shout it from the mountaintop. I want my world to know the Lord of love has come to me. I want to pass it on. Yes, I'll shout it from the mountaintop. I want my world to know the Lord of love has come to me. I want to pass it on. God bless you, and we'll be seeing you Sunday.